I am so glad to be part of this. I was just shocked when Jim Morale brought it up to me because I'm just not that person that does a lot of that. So I have a tendency to stay in the background. But I don't mind if I'm out of the background when it comes to tower gardens. So I was told to first tell you why I started my Juice Plus. And yes, my background is shaded, so I'm gonna have to take this tablet off and flip it over to my beauty. But the reason why I started is because I heard that Juice Plus helped children with feeling better for school. And I was like a part-time caregiver for my 1-year-old granddaughter. And my baby was so sick. Ear infections, sinus infections. And it's so hard to explain to a 1-year-old that, oh, it's going to be all right. And I started her on that Juice Plus. And this season has been wonderful. She had one ear infection and it was almost gone by the time she went to the doctor. So yes, Juice Plus works. How Juice Plus has worked for myself and even my husband is we started taking it because we wanted to take it for the baby. But I noticed 3 weeks in that I was not having as much issue with my dry mouth. And of course, I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think it was Juice Plus. And at this time, I was still not interested in being a partner. I kept telling Jim Morale, no, thank you, though. I'm having a great time. But once I realized what was going on, I said, okay, I might think about this. Let's see what happens if I have a Tower Garden party. And at this Tower Garden party, I went up. First I went to Partner Plus, and at the Tower Garden party, I went to QSC just like that. So I said, this might be interesting. And the reason why I love Tower Garden is because the first Tower Garden that I saw, you can see my beautiful Tower Garden. Isn't she lovely?
Yes, she is.
It's a bit past her bedtime because her bedtime is 6 o'clock. She's in the dark from 6 to 2, but it's a bit past, but she's lovely. And this is my experimental garden. I'm learning how to self-pollinate. I'm also learning about plants like tomatoes that actually pollinate themselves. So I'm experimenting with my garden. And I'm just going to tell you, this is like my 5th garden. I love to share my vegetables. I cut it all down and then I give vegetables away. That's what I love to do. I love to give the veggies away because all my friends love the vegetables. They love them. So I love to give them away. And I have something else that I want to show you that really excited me. Because as you saw, I got the Golden Tower Garden. So when I got the Golden Tower Garden, I said automatically, I'm going to get me one of them new germinators. So January 5th, I planted.
Wow, they look gorgeous. They look so
They look
healthy.
gorgeous. I looked at these, I think Wednesday, and I was like, what? I was so excited. So my tower gardens that are outside on my back deck are going to have that, and these vegetables in them. Because I also learned a little small trick, and then somebody just gave me a suggestion, is to put a fish tank warmer in the water. And that fish tank water works miracles. Those plants are starting to bud out and grow. I have to keep them covered because in Augusta, Georgia this year, we've actually had a winter. We don't usually have a winter. So this year we have, so I've had to keep them warm. I keep them under covers. I let them out when the sun comes out so they can get a little fresh air. But yes, I love tower gardens. The first thing I saw when I walked in Tyra's house was that tower garden. And I said, I have seen enough. How do I get that? Show me how I get that because I want it. This is squash. I'm learning how to self-pollinate. Underneath the squash is the greens, bib lettuce, cabbage. Now this right here are my onions. And I'm growing some broccoli, but what I'm doing with my broccoli is I'm trying to train it to go up. So I'm cutting off the bottom leaves and trying to keep all the leaves going up, and it's working. This is celery. I have some basil, and I have some stevia, which I have to grow up here because I found out that my little 1-year-old grandson likes stevia. He would have him a little treat every day. When I had it planted lower, I catch him at the tower garden eating something green, and I couldn't figure it out, and that's what it was. So now I have to grow it up here so he won't eat it all because he really likes it. And oh, I got a little tomato bush that I'm growing over here, and I found out that tomatoes are self-pollinating. So I want to see that. I want to see. Right here is my tomato, and right here are my diva cucumbers, and those are all supposed to be self-pollinating. And these are some peppers that are also supposed to be self-pollinating. So that's what I'm growing on my tower garden.
I love that you are not afraid to experiment. It's so different. You don't want to do all of those experiments in the ground because it takes so much work. But on the tower garden, it's just, let's start another seedling and pop it in.
That's all it is. And I'm an adamant gardener. I garden every year. I have bulbs in the front, the flowers. They call my house Broderick House of Flowers. And in the backyard, I have all kinds of green plants and vegetables growing. But because of the tower garden, I don't have to fight with all of that anymore. Because you have to make sure you feed them on a certain time. You have to make sure you put the right kind of stuff to get in the soil, and you have to do it every day. And so tower garden has been a wonder for me because I can grow so much food on this that I end up giving it to friends. I don't know if you saw that table that I had where there was plants out and then there was some plants in bags, but I call that my Facebook giveaway. And I just say, okay, I'm cutting down my tower garden, and you cut down your tower garden about every 4 weeks. So I said, I'm cutting down the tower garden. I got this, I got this, I got this. Hit me, tell me what you want. And I just get takers. I don't even have the food a week. So I like sharing good food because I'm really into eating. I believe that we can fight back with food. I believe that as a people, we need to change our food footprint because our children are having diabetes early, showing signs of high blood pressure, mental illness. And I believe that it is because of the preservatives in the food. And I noticed my granddaughter's anxiety and stuff, she's more happy. Now she's busy because she's 3, but she's happy. She's not crying. She's not angry. She's happy. And I've noticed the change in her since I've also been giving her Juice Plus. Now for me and my husband, our A1Cs have improved. And I know we haven't done anything else but Juice Plus and changing the way we eat. My husband loves salad. I asked him the other day, I said, where did you get that lettuce from? He said, oh, I cut it off the garden. And I looked at it and I said, what is that? He said, it was that green stuff. He was eating the broccoli leaves, but he really did like it. So I didn't say anything.
And broccoli leaves are totally edible. You eat all the broccoli leaves that you can while you're waiting for the flower to bloom. So awesome. Thank you so much, Patricia. This was so awesome.